Hi, thanks so
Hello.
much for having me here today.
Oh my gosh, thank you for coming.
I was hoping you could explain to me what you do in this studio.
Excellent question. KBAD has been a bit of an evolution of, I guess, who I am and my services. Over the years, I've developed a term called Interior Direction Studio. Essentially, what that means is that we deal in anything beautiful for the home. So we would help homeowners in the early stages of conceptualizing a project, help with design direction, a mood, a feel, selecting material, primal material for the space, and then carry it through all the way to furniture, art, and object.
Wonderful. And why would somebody hire an interior direction studio?
I guess we have just that offering that is that sweet spot between a styling service and an interior designer. So we have capabilities across many of these sectors, but our focus is about creating really personal connections with our clients. We get to know them intimately as families, what their lifestyle is like. We really kind of do a deep dive into who they are and how they live so that we're able to take those ideas and elevate them into their everyday living.
How does the heritage or style of a home impact your design process?
I think living in Melbourne and just Australia in general, heritage homes are just such a special part of how we live over here. As much as I love a new build, I think that there's a certain charm in a heritage home that I don't know, it has like a personal story and a history, and for me it actually will dictate a lot of how I approach a project. So I like seeing some of those original features and incorporating them into the design, potentially using some of the colors in the facade or the patina in the walls, preserving as much as we can while kind of dragging it into the current century.
What is one thing that you think people get wrong when it comes to interior design?
I think that the thing that probably upsets most designers is hearing clients say the words resale value. So when a client comes and they're extremely concerned about every little design decision because of resale value, I just actually think it sabotages the whole process. I think the whole point of engaging a design professional is allowing them the kind of freedom and within reason to create something that is out of the ordinary. I think white boxes are definitely a thing of the past, and homeowners these days or home buyers these days want to see uniqueness, personality, layers, and I think that renovators are conscious of that, but there's still this huge scarcity around creating a home that has personality. So I think for me, just be a little bit more bold with your choices, or allow your designer to just at least give you some reasoning behind why they're making the choices they're making, because it's worth it in the end.
What are some bold choices that you would make if somebody was thinking about bringing that property to market sooner than later, that you think would balance telling a personal story?
So, my style is very neutral. So it's not necessarily that I have these like crazy ideas around color or texture, but I just think that there's this real beauty in creating layers of texture. That's been my design signature since I've started working in the industry. And so replacing your normal ceramic tile into a beautifully textured stone, choosing a warmer wall color or going with a lime wash, for example, straight away will create this real sense of elevation in a space and layers. Lighting, looking at beautiful lighting, avoiding overhead lighting and putting on beautiful warm wall lights. Little things like that that are not outrageous in terms of design, but can create such an elegance in a space.
Do you have a favorite out of those that creates, I guess, the most eye-drawing texture?
I think at the moment I'm all about window treatments. I just love this return to a bit of like old school opulence. A classic design has always been my favorite style. I'm quite a modern girl, but I love just the, I guess, heritage touches, the classic touches of, you know, a beautiful exposed rod, a really special silk curtain, tassels. I'm all about tassels at the moment. So just actually returning to a little bit of embellishments, which we were really avoiding for a while in interiors. So just starting to bring in some of those warm kind of elements into our soft furnishings, I'm really enjoying at the moment, and I think they've got a huge impact.
What's one piece of advice that you would give someone when they're starting out to select a piece of furniture?
I think that clarity in the early stages of design is paramount when starting a new project. When I kind of step into a project with a client, they perhaps have already searched high and low, they've bought a random chair, they've maybe seen a rug they liked, they've got old dining chairs, and they're like, can you make it all come together? And the answer is yes, I can, but we will not necessarily have the best results. So I guess for me, the most important thing is to have a real strong sense of design clarity in the early stages. I love always starting with a really clear visual presentation, outlining how I want the space to feel, the colors, the textures, the direction, and incorporating some elements that I guess make my clients who they are, and taking that into account. And from there, we'll start building on.
What is the best and worst advice that you would have for someone?
By far the best advice is budget for furniture. Pretty please, budget for furniture. I find that every time clients will come to an end of a build, they put such energy and effort into creating a beautiful home, and then we will have no money for furniture. And it really is that part of the project that kind of brings all of your hard work into reality. Even when we style for magazines and we'll bring, you know, beautiful objects or do an incredible art edit, it just brings a space to life. So my top tip would be, please leave some money for that final layer, because it really makes or breaks a project.
Is there one piece of furniture that really you feel you'd focus on and put most of the budget?
I mean, there's the obvious answers like, you know, your sofa or your dining table. I do think that an overall curation is important. There's not one piece that is more important than others, but in recent years, I have found that you can really elevate a space with decoration. So things like incredible art, beautiful objects. So at times, and recently this has been the case, we would do a lot of custom furniture here in Australia that are a little bit more subdued, and we'll focus our budget actually on enhancing the spaces with incredible art.
Do you have a favorite artist at the moment?
Oh, it's like picking a favorite child. There are so many that I love, and if anyone has followed my journey, they will know that I definitely pick some favorites. But I'll just say I'm really into contemporary art, and there's a wide array of artists that I love and a lot of galleries that I tend to source in. And for me, it's not about one piece, it's about several pieces and how they're layered together. The worst advice would definitely be size doesn't matter. Size absolutely matters when it comes to your interior selections. Small rugs, small sofas, small art, unless it's purposeful, is just a disaster. It just straight away makes a space feel really cheap, unconsidered, not thoughtfully planned. And so size does matter.
How do you balance the size of, say, an art piece with the room to balance it properly?
I really think it's about considering a space in its entirety. So if I have a really large wall, I would prefer to have a really large piece of art. But there are smaller spaces, for example, a bathroom or maybe a kid's bedroom, where I will opt for a really small, quirky piece of art that's off-center to a wall. So it's just a matter of considering the space and deciding what will work best for that environment.
When deciding whether or not to take on a project, what do you look for?
I think that alignment is incredibly important when starting a new project. You don't have to be best friends with your clients, but I think that having a cohesive vision between a client and a designer is really important for a successful project and a really nice experience. I've actually been saying a lot of no's in recent years. If the budget isn't aligned, the lifestyle isn't aligned, the consideration of what's important isn't aligned, I think sometimes it's actually best for a designer to walk away, and the same with a client. Better to walk away than go through sometimes 18 months working with someone and having a bad experience. I've had so many clients in recent years come to me with bad experiences with previous designers that I had to fix. And it makes me really sad, because I would never want a client to say anything bad about me or my service. I want them leaving feeling exhilarated, excited, wanting to mention my name to whoever would listen. So I just think that you got to be really mindful of making sure that there is a strong sense of connection between you and the client, and the vision has to be really clear. For me, it's always clients that value family, travel, quality time, but also an appreciation for craft.
To you, what makes a home feel like a home?
A home is not really a home without the people living in it. So I think that, decorating beautiful spaces is one thing, but it's only when you start seeing your clients move back into their spaces, enjoy the everyday pieces, they send you happy snaps of their kids drawing on the dining table, or all of them relaxing, watching a movie at the end of the day, entertaining their friends and family. It's those moments where I'm like, wow, I have created impact in someone's life. I have helped them reimagine how they would live in a space. And to me, that's super special. And that's when I really feel like I've designed a home and not just decorated a house.